There's the save. It's back. Look, 120 stars. It's back. It's back. Yay! Thanks to all the amazing support you have all given the channel over the last couple months, I've finally gotten to pick something up that I've been wanting to try out for over 20 years, and that is the Dex Drive for PS1 and N64. Now, the Dex Drives came out back in 1998, they worked on Windows 95, 98, used a serial port interface, and you would hook your memory cards up to them and dump saves onto your computer so you could save space on your memory cards. Now, seeing these guys in the store was super cool because I always loved this box, like the Interact silver red boxes, like it's all flaky metallic, like it looked so cool. I always loved it so much. Now, aside from the design aesthetic itself, the box is actually pretty minimalistic. We get a small picture of the Dex Drive, information about what it can do, save your games to your PC, share your saves with others, pretty neat stuff. Then along the side, we also get the full assortment of system requirements, so you do need a Pentium computer that is at least 75 megahertz. And then the Dex Drive itself comes with the device, and it requires a 12-volt AC adapter, and as you can see, there is the serial plug. On the back, we get a little bit more detailed explanation about what the Dex Drive is. You can save your saves onto a PC, you can restore saves from your PC, you can email saves, and you can download saves. And then we also get a little overview of the Dex Explorer software. Looks pretty Windows 95-y to me. Dex Drive, for use with PlayStation-compatible memory cards and multimedia PCs. Easy to set up and use. Alright, whatever. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. Alright, so inside we have some cardboard box, and alright. So first up, we have floppy disks. Look at this. The software comes on 2 floppy disks. Not 1, but 2. Look at that. Beautiful. I hope these still work. I'm going to move this cardboard out of the way, and there is our PS1 Dex Drive. That's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. Good size cable length, so there it is. There is the Dex Drive. So Interact, silverish, bluish color scheme, memory card door. And yeah, it's a pretty sleek looking device, I have to say. I kind of like this. So the bottom here, this is rubber feet, Dex Drive, AC power in the back, and yeah, just such an interesting looking device. Now, as for what's left in the back of this box, we have nothing in there. So we have documentation and a power cord. There we go. So uses a barrel jack plug, 12 volts. Cool. Now, as for the documentation, we have an FCC regulations rulebook here. Product registration card. Look at this. That is old school. Chance at winning free Interact products. Oh, yeah. Let's mail this sucker in. All right. All right, let's take a look. Name, address, city, phone number. Which systems do you own? This product was purchased for use where? What describes your monthly family income? Oh my gosh. Number 1. Addendum, launching your email clients. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then, of course, the instruction booklet on how to get everything set up. So, PC installation, running the Dex Explorer program. The Dex Explorer program itself, like, yes, documentation is the greatest. Backup saves, duplicate a memory card. Good stuff. Alright, now let's take a look at the N64 Dex Drive. It's pretty much the same thing, it's just red instead of silver, so save your N64 game saves onto any PC, email your game saves to others. Download game saves from websites and news groups. Those probably don't exist anymore. Pretty much exactly the same as the PS1 version. Pentium, 75 megahertz, Windows 95, NT, back of the box. Yeah, again, pretty much the same thing. But check out these accolades, man. I freaking love old school accolades. IGN64.com. Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's get this one open as well. Whoa, fancy. This one comes in plastic instead of just a cardboard box. All right, look at that. That is so much more premium. So right off the bat, we can once again see this comes on 2 floppy disks, version 1.10.950. I think that's newer than the PS1 version that I have. Yeah, that's 1.0.940, so we are going to be installing using these N64 discs because that is just the newest version of the software. Now, the Dex Drive itself for N64. Nice dark gray / blue color scheme. Memory card door. Looks just like the bottom of an N64 controller. Look at that. Yay. Interact logo. Rubber feet on the bottom. Power port next to the serial port. Very nice. Next we have the power supply, and it looks pretty much exactly the same as the PS1 version. Once again, 12 volts, 150 milliamp output, barrel jack plug. So, yeah, exactly the same power cord. Nice. Interchangeable. Only need to have one out. Instruction booklet. Pretty much the same stuff we're dealing with, but this one actually has information about PS1 memory cards in it as well for the DexPlorer software. FCC regulations. Same product registration card. And then we have an Interact product brochure. I love these things. So, racing wheels, the Ultra Racer, that thing's nasty. Game Sharks. Yes, I love Game Sharks. I still need to get another one for my Game Boy. Whoa, look at these controllers. The Barracuda for PlayStation. The SharkPad Pro 64. That's actually the main controller I used to use back in the N64. I really liked it, actually. Program Pad, Piranha Pad, Mako Pad. Look at this FX racing wheel. V4 force feedback. Barracuda 2 Dex Drives. Raider Pro. Pro Pad. PC stuff. That's cool. I kind of want all of these now. Performance, that's right, just another subsidiary of Interact or whatever company owned both of them. So we got the Super Pad, which is the same thing as the Shark Pad. Gamepad colors. Oh, here we go. The Tremor Pack Plus. See, that's what we had. We had a bunch of Tremor Pack Pluses and then one memory card plus. Man, these look... Oh, the nostalgia is building just looking at these things. My goodness, I need to go find some of these. Oh my gosh, look at the Game Boy stuff. Pocket Protector, Handy Pack 2, let's go. Transform your Game Boy into a monster. Pulse Pack, that's neat. Vibration for your Game Boy Pocket. Man, I cannot get over how much the Handy Pack 2 just turns this thing into a monster. The Power Pack, that's cool. Surge Protector. Oh, look at these Jensen speakers. That's old school. Oh, this makes me happy. Look at these Eidos games. Alright, well, enough of the unboxing portion. I'm going to go ahead and get these guys plugged in and set up on one of my retro PCs. I have a very specific one in mind that just fits the minimum system requirements, so I think it's going to be fun. So this is my 486 Packard Bell PC. I have upgraded it with a Pentium Overdrive to give it the performance of a Pentium 75. So this is going to be a perfect machine to install our DexPlorer software on, and it's just, I love this machine. Very similar to the computer we would have had back in 1998. So I've gone ahead and booted into Windows 95 so I could get this Dex Drive software installed. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, the Dex Drive is super outdated and old by today's standards, so why am I even interested in trying it out? This is something I always wanted because on our N64 we would play some sports games and those took up an entire memory card and we only had one, so I always wanted this device to kind of save our memory cards because we'd end up deleting our games all the time and we never actually made it through anything that really needed a memory card. Now, as you saw from my system specs, this is a proper old school computer. It's registered as a Pentium, 64 megabytes of RAM, a little bit more than would have been available to a lot of people back in the day. I've pretty much maxed this 486 out with the Pentium Overdrive and as much RAM as it could hold. And I have no idea why this floppy disk is not working. Hold on. So I went ahead and reboot the computer, changed some settings, but it looks like this N64 DexPlorer software disk just doesn't work. It's asking me to format the disk, which means that the data on it has unfortunately been lost to the sands of time. So I'm going to have to actually use that PlayStation version of the floppy disk to install the software, but the only problem is that means it will only work for the PlayStation Dex Drive. It didn't have support for both of them at that point. So I'm going to have to download a more updated version of the software later on. So I went ahead and insert the PS1 DexPlorer floppy disk. I hope this one works. Alright, looks like we are good. I'm going to go ahead and start the setup process. I'm probably going to speed the video up for this entire segment because this is going to take a while. This is an old school freaking 486 motherboard going on here from a floppy disk, so I don't want you guys to have to sit through this entire long process. So that actually wasn't too bad. That was only about 3 minutes to install the software. I'm just going to go ahead and launch DexPlorer. Now I have the PS1 Dex Drive hooked up. Whoa. Dex Drive not found. Please check whether it's connect. What? 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 So I just remembered that I actually have the COM ports disabled on all my old computers because I never actually used the serial interface ever. And it has been a known cause of IRQ problems in Windows 95-98, so to be safe, I just have always left them disabled. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those re-enabled now and try using the DexPlorer software again and see what happens. And now that we're booted back into Windows 95, I'm going to go ahead and launch DexPlorer. And we are still having issues. What the heck? Okay. I really don't want to spend more time troubleshooting this than I already have. I've been on this for about 30 minutes already, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to my Ultimate Retro PC because it never lets me down. Now, I call this my Ultimate Retro PC because it can run Windows 98, Windows XP, and Windows 10 all natively, completely operational, and it's just freaking awesome. So I went ahead and downloaded the updated DexPlorer software, what looks to be the last available version from our friends over at Micro64. Great website if you're an N64 fan, definitely check it out. But I went ahead and downloaded this on the Windows 10 side of my Ultimate Retro PC, and I'm going to go ahead and put it over into my Windows 98 hard drive partition. That way I can reboot into Windows 98, it's already extracted, we could just run it and get going. So right now I have the PS1 Dex Drive hooked up to the serial port. And the serial port is enabled and installed, so we are hopefully good to go. And as I was hoping, it has picked it right up. Look at that. So the new version of the DexPlorer software looks pretty friggin' neat. And the memory card I have in here has exactly one save for Armament Sarge's Heroes, so it is working. Let's freaking go. So what happens if I right click here? Okay, so we can select all, back up, format, refresh, configuration. Let's take a look at this. Port settings. This takes a minute. Okay, so you can change your email settings and then your COM port settings. Cool. Memory card, backup, restore, duplicate, format, change page. Okay, so if you have one of those memory cards that had different pages on it with the little LCD screens. Edit, file, new, open, close. Okay, pretty standard stuff that we're looking at here. So if I right click on the save itself, I can back it up. So they save in .gme format, folder hierarchy. I'm going to make a new folder, name it PS1 Saves on the base of my Windows 98 partition. And now I'm just going to name this Armament Sarge's Heroes. Alright, so it's backing it up. And there we go. So now we have Panel 1, Armament Sarge's Heroes, and there's my Sarge's Heroes save memory card. So if I delete the memory card, and then let's go ahead and format it just because. Now I can restore the save onto the memory card. Okay, so if you do it this way, it's going to overwrite everything in the memory card with what you've got in this file, not just the individual save. But that's pretty neat. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my main PS1 memory card that I'm using right now. So it's just pull in, pull out, just like on a regular PlayStation. That's pretty cool. Now it's reading my new memory card that I just inserted, and there we go. So there's all of the saves I'm working on at the moment. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, 3, Ace Combat, Castlevania. There's that Armament Sarge's Hero save. Okay, so you can drag and drop saves. That's good to know. How do I make a new memory card for each individual saves? Alright, so I'm just going to back this one up and name it Spider-Man. Okay, so doing it that way backed up the entire card, which is not what I want. I want each individual save file to be its own separate thing. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and delete these from the Spider-Man save real quick. Alright, there we go. So now there's only Spider-Man on this memory card backup. Yes, save changes. Okay, how do I make a new empty file? Oh, of course, new. File new. Alright, so I'm going to make one for Air Combat. I have 2 complete save games on this save now, so. Awesome, so make a new file, easy as drag and drop. I like it. Alright. Yep, that's simple. That's awesome. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the saves on my memory card then. And that is all my saves. That was really easy. So now if I ever needed the space, I could go ahead and delete a save, and then I could just instantly restore it anytime I want to, because I have the saves backed up onto my computer. That is very quick, very convenient, actually. This is a lot better than I was expecting, honestly. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted out of the PS1 Dex Drive, so I'm going to go ahead and restart the computer, hook up the N64 Dex Drive, and see if it's just as easy and we can accomplish just as much with that as we did with the PS1 version. Okay, so the computer's restarted, N64 Dex Drive is hooked up, so we're going to go ahead and start back up DexPlorer. Alright, so it's not recognizing the memory card. I can press OK to format it, cancel to not format it. Okay. So it detects that the card is in there, but it's just not being able to see the data. So let's go ahead and reinsert it just to see what happens. And yeah, it's asking to be reformatted. Okay, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and reformat it. And there we go. Empty page is 123, so it's detecting the memory cards just fine. Cool. Now, I have a bunch of memory cards backed up onto my EverDrive, so I'm going to go ahead and restore one of those saves and then put it into the Dex Drive and see what happens if I can back up those already backed up saves. Okay, so I got a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 save backed up onto the memory card from my EverDrive, and when I inserted it into the Dex Drive, it looks like it's not reading it right. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, it's not detecting it. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm gonna try restarting the program. Alright, it's still not able to detect it, and it's making me format it again. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple minutes to try to figure this out. We will resume the video at that time. Okay, so I have it figured out. The DexPlorer software just does not like working with memory cards that hasn't formatted itself for N64. So if I restore my EverDrive save, load into the game, take the memory card out, put it back in DexPlorer, format it, then put it back into the controller and save the game, then it will show up properly. Now, this is pretty convoluted, but considering I'm backing it up with the EverDrive, I guess it's not too unexpected. If I were to just be playing along after having formatted it, like, this wouldn't really be an issue. But now my Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 save is showing up within the DexPlorer software. It's saying the title's not in English of all randomness, but there it is. That is my complete Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 N64 save. So I'm going to go ahead and back this up to the through the DexPlorer software, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and then I'm just going to go ahead and back it up. And there we go. So that is my Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 complete save backed up through the Dex Drive. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and format the memory card again because there is one more thing I really want to do with the Dex Drive, and the main reason why I really picked it up in the first place. And that is backing up your N64 cartridge saves using a Game Shark and the memory card. So I've gone ahead and booted up my Game Shark with Super Mario 64 attached. Down at the bottom, there is a memory card manager slot here. And after it finishes reading, you can go ahead and select your controller and game pack saves. So I'm going to select the game pack over here and the controller over here. Now with a quick press of the A button, I can copy my game pack save to my controller pack. And it's complete. There we go. Now my Super Mario 64 cartridge save is on the memory pack in my controller. And I'm going to go ahead and boot into the game real quick just to show you how this works. So I'm going to start the game without codes. Mario 64. I have a full 120 star save right here. So run, jump around. Look at that. 120 stars. Very nice. Look at that. Sweet. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and delete this now. Goodbye, 120 star run. You will be missed for 2 minutes while I restore you, I guess. But as you can see, there you go. No saves. Gonna boot back into the Game Shark. Go to the memory card manager. Gonna select the game pack and controller 1 again. And this time I'm gonna copy from controller 1 to the game pack. And it's restored that quickly. Very nice. So anyway, once again, I'm going to start the game back up. There's the save. It's back. Look. 120 stars! It's back! It's back! Yay! Anyways, now that we've confirmed that it is backed up onto the controller pack, let's go ahead and load back into Dex Explorer here. And there it is! SMSM Game 1. 2 pages. So, I'm going to make a new file, name it Super Mario 64. And I'm going to go ahead and back up that save. Alright, so drag and drop. And there it is. Now my Super Mario 64 cartridge save is on my computer. Now, this method won't work for every cartridge just because there are a few games that have save files that are too big for the memory pack. So Micro64 has yet another database showing you all the saves that will actually work and which ones won't. So unfortunately, there are a number of games that won't work, including some big ones like Majora's Mask, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, StarCraft, things like that. But that's such a small subset of games, you should be able to back up almost everything you have using this method, which is why I wanted it. It's pretty neat. But that's going to do it for today's quick preview of the Dex Drive. If you had fun with this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're interested in further helping support the channel, make sure to hit that join button or check out my Patreon link in the bottom right hand corner. As always, I am thankful for all of your continued support, and I appreciate each and every one of you taking even a minute to watch these videos. If you'd like to see more on the Dex Drive, leave me a comment and maybe we'll do a full review on this guy. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But that's going to do it for me for today, so until next time, stay awesome, and we will see you all back next video.